Hi everyone, today I want to present you ioc2rpz community fix for AWS Route53 DNS Firewall. Let's take a look on it. ioc2rpz generate the feeds and upload them to S3 bucket. From S3 bucket, you can use these feeds on your DNS firewall which attach to your VPCs. You can create a simple Lambda function which will update the feeds for you. Domain-based feeds are available for Route53 DNS Firewall, and they are split into 4 tiers: Free, Core, Essentials, and Standard. And you can subscribe on these feeds on AWS Marketplace. On this video, I will show you how to provision your DNS firewall and configure your VPCs. First of all, you need to subscribe for the feeds, including the free tier, because permissions are managed by the contracts. So when I click create contract and pay for it, actually the permissions for the S3 files are updated, and only after that you will be able to use the feeds on your AWS DNS firewall. If you don't have an account, you can sign up, but you also can use your existing accounts to access the feeds. So when we navigate back to RPZ feed page, you will see your entitlements. So subscribe it right here for one VPC. And there will be the same link how to provision it. And with this subscription, you will be able to use only the free tier. If you initially didn't log in or sign into the account, you always have a link from your subscription, so you can do it easily later on. To provision DNS firewall on AWS, you actually need to create a domain list. You don't forget to copy an ID for that. You create a rule and assign it rules to the VPC. I also provide a sample Lambda function so you can update your feeds automatically. Let's create a domain list. I'm going to use rescue domain list, which is pretty small, is about 1000 entries. And for this part of the demo, I will import the file from S3 bucket manually. It will take a few seconds to import the list. So you see the status is importing. You need to manually refresh the page to see the status update and the domains in the lists. Let's try to resolve the domain before we apply policy rules. So you see, this domain was resolved. Next, I need to create a rule group and create a rule in a group with this domain list with a policy block. I recommend to use policy block with NX domain or override, because in this case, this action can be cached on a caching DNS server. So it was created, and we need to assign it to a VPC. It Took about a couple of minutes to associate role groups with my VPC, so I cut this time to speed up the demo. Actually, the domain was cached and it's still in the cache in local machine. You can clear the cache or wait for some time until it expires. So I just waited for 60 seconds and you see we got a next domain response as expected. In the second part of the demo, I will show you how to provision a Lambda function to automatically refresh the domain lists. While we are on this page, I will remove a couple of entries to show that the list will be updated by a Lambda function. You can create your own Lambda function or use my Lambda function. A link is available in the help guide. It's actually pretty simple. We just use a single API call to import the domain lists. In the function, you need to put the domain lists IDs and after that update the permissions for functions so it can actually force import and also read the S3 objects. The function contains pre-populated array of all the S3 objects, all the feeds. You just need to put the domain list ID and comment out the other feeds which you don't want to use. Don't forget to deploy the function. As usual, you can provide access to all DNS domain lists and S3 objects, but I would recommend to specifically define which domain lists a function will be able to use and which feeds it will be able to pull. The required permissions are listed in the help. Let's execute the script. You see it was successfully executed, life is good, and we need to check that the domain list was updated. So the import job is complete and 2 domains are back. And the last but very important step, you actually need to create a schedule to automatically execute the function after 6:50 p.m. UTC. Actually, this is the time when ioc2rpz server updates the lists. That's all. So you see, in less than 10 minutes, actually you can protect your cloud compute with ioc2rpz community feeds. But don't forget that domain lists by default are limited to 100 entries. Thank you for watching.